What is up, everybody? Welcome to another it's a beautiful Whiskey Wednesday night. It finally stopped raining here in Columbus. I don't know about the rest of Ohio, but it pretty much downpoured for like 5 days straight. It sucked. But the sun's out and it's kind of beautiful out. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome into another Whiskey Wednesday night. Got a lot going on tonight. Some new bottles to crack open, some comparisons to do, of course, based on you guys giving me some ideas, as my mom says it. Ideas. You have some ideas? Put some ideas in the chat as we'll do that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm excited to get into some of these tonight. We have a lot of fun whiskey to get to. Talk about some. It's been kind of a slow August in whiskey, but stuff is starting to ramp up. The press releases are starting to fill the inbox a little bit now. So there's a lot more to come. We'll talk about one that's releasing soon. It's actually going to be 2 bottles released in tandem from Bardstown Bourbon Company. We'll get into that a little bit, and we'll go from there. So yep. Sun's out, guns out. Yes. I am now hitting weight after dropping some weight from doing the no carbs. So hopefully, if you guys could tell a little bit, that makes me a little happy. Does your mom also say she has to do the wash? No, my mom. No, she doesn't say that. My mom just funny. She just says certain things kind of funny. Ideas. I don't even know. She just says some things. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, we always make fun of my mom. She's just funny that way. Let's see. I mean, yeah, just like me. I mean, I say water, a little weird, water, and whatever other words you guys make fun of me relentless for. But I'm okay with it. That's what we're here for, right? All right, let's say some hi to some folks in the chat before we get into it. Travis Robeson Samples. Travis Robeson, hit the like button, and if there are more than 20 likes before the stream, Jason might make me a mod. So there were more than 20 mods, and I made you a mod, Trav. I can't believe you weren't a mod yet. Barbecue Ed is in the house. What's going on, Brisket Bucks? Nice to see you, man. 96 Milli Man is here. Wonder if some young Jew slipped into that blade and bow with the dang Solera aging. That's probably, besides the Starlight 10-year, that I'm really looking forward to trying. I have never tried this. I've heard mostly positive reviews of the Blade and Bow Solera 12. Curious to find out myself. We'll see. Let's see here. We have 96 Milli Man, Corvette Trey, EMC Rolls is here. What's going on? Nice to see you as always. The Bourbon Coach, hola and salute everyone. We got Tim Romero in the house. Phil Osfies. Always got the Clockwork Orange in the Glen. God, I love that single bar. We got to get back to Cedar Ridge like stat. Go Raiders. Sure. That's LFG. Pork Chop bringing the heat. Let's see here. Tim Jurgensen, M10 Rye in the Glen tonight. Tim, man, I love this year's M10 Rye. It's so good. It's so stinking good. Justin, at least my, I guess, single barrel is. Whatever single barrel I forgot I had, but it's really good this year. Justin Jenkins in the house. Over said out of Trav. We got Mark Hoyle is here. Stephen Walt is here. Tom Anderson is here. Mr. Anderson. I just watched The Matrix the other day, so Mr. Anderson came to mind. Little Barry is here. Sandeep Chima. We got Randall the Express Erickson. That's right. WV Whiskey is here. What's going on? Top Jimmy's here, of course. We got Joey B in the house. Neat 123 is here. Pride of Anderson County in the Glen tonight. It's fine. That's it. Yeah, I would agree. It's fine. It's fine. Dave Vogelsang is here. Let's see. We got JG. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you again, man. Yeah, that was funny the other night. Leopold Stotch is here. 7-Eleven. Let's go. Jeff Perkins is here. Abrod. We have Volt Blue is in the house. What's going on, Volt? Dr. Sped is here. Cap B. Co. is here. Matt's Palace is here. Okay, I'm here. We could start. All right. I was waiting for you, man. John Legalbo's in the house. And let's see. Chucker B. Sprizzy in the house. Nice to see you, man. I did get your email. So I have a bunch of samples I'm creating here this week that I've been working on, including the winners for the old school, all the super old samples that we gave away a couple weeks ago. I was just waiting for more of the 1 ounce sample bottles to come in. So all of them are in. Got them ready. So I'm making just a shit ton of samples here this week. So we'll be getting those out as soon as I can. Cheers, all. Sorry about your Mets again tonight. Go Braves, says Dobbs, Georgia Sipper. Yeah, unfortunately, the Mets have already won the season series on the Braves. So that really is terrible for the Braves to lose the season series. It's such a terrible team. So, yeah, even though the Mets suck, go Mets. At least you beat the Braves this year. It's something. Good evening, everyone. Whiskey Wednesday. Hope everyone is okay for these crazy storms we're having lately. Carlos Robles. Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Where's our pork chop? Cheers, everyone. All right, I'm going to just scroll down here and catch up, guys. Got a bunch of people here. Richie Z is in the house, the legend. Big Vic with his Let's Go Dodgers. Okay, so for that, I'm just going to time him out for a little bit. I'm only kidding, Big Vic. I won't time you out again. Go Dodgers. Everybody hates the Dodgers. Irving Larry, what's up, man? All right, guys. So as I stated, we have a bunch of cool stuff to go through tonight. What's up, the new double mesh? Yeah, so this just arrived. Literally, I had one thumbnail made for tonight's live stream, and then doorbell rings, and this shows up from Heaven Hill. Bottled and Bond double mash. I got the press release here and everything. It's for immediate release, so we could dive right into this tonight. I'm not sure if anyone else has put out a video of this yet, but at least we get to try this tonight for the first time. 100 proofer. I don't know, man. Double mash. We'll get into this. This should be pretty cool. Pretty interesting. We also have the Starlight 10-year. Is this going to give me Peerless vibes? We're going to compare the two. Peerless 10-year versus the Starlight 10-year. Obviously, we'll try the blade and bow, but we're going to start off with this new Four Roses 100 proofer. This just hit Ohio, actually not that long ago. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Top Dog? Nice to see you. A bunch of people saying hi still. Already have 250 in the chat. That's also, is that trademark infringement? Not yet. Not yet. What's up? What's up, Matt? Ben C is here. Man, everybody's coming in. I love this. I don't know. They got to change that G2 glass label giving PTSD, says Whiskey Habit. Okay, let's check this out. I do have the old bottle cam up and running. I remember to turn it on tonight. There it is, guys. The Four Roses 100 proof bourbon. There it is. So the only real details I could find about this is just kind of a re-release. This is a US-wide and cranks its beloved 80 proof bourbon up to 100. The distiller's bartender-driven release is now pouring in bars nationwide. So this is it is what it is, guys. This is a bar-friendly, bar-forward release. Everybody wanting to, boost it up for the bartenders. People are drinking higher proof now more than ever, so why not boost this up a little bit? So now we have the 100 proof. Give this a go, guys. Let's see. Cheers, Air Quality Engineer. What's up, Bourbon? Dude, you will love the Starlight 10-year. A top 5 bourbon of the year for me, says, oh, okay. All right, Holt Manager. I see you. We'll check it out. I saw Rush in 1975. Does that make me old? Kiss was the headline act. Dude, I didn't go to that tour, obviously. But when I'm pretty much watching every documentary on Rush that I've seen, one of the big ones, one of my favorite documentaries is Beyond the Lighted Stage. They talk about that tour quite a bit, how Kiss was really a big, Kiss kind of took them under their wing. But Kiss was also making fun of Rush because while Kiss was up late at night, having sex with all the groupies and doing drugs, he's like, the Rush guys never did it. They would just go to bed and they couldn't understand why, which is like such a Rush thing to do. So just, out of the norm. Okay. As far as the details of this, it is designed to perform in classic cocktails such as the Old Fashioned and Manhattan while remaining suited to serve neat or over ice. Four Roses 100 proof bourbon is retail for $30 for the 750 milliliter bottle and $32.99 for the 1 liter. Just increases the intensity, the structure, and spice of the rye, allows it to retain its bourbon character. There you go. All right. Well, we're going to try it neat. I'm actually curious. One of my favorite cocktails. I love Manhattans. I love Boulevardiers. I like to kind of go into, a rye Manhattan, but I'm curious how this would do with a Manhattan. So maybe I'll do a video with just like taking some different 100 proofers, some of my favorite, cocktail bourbons, and go from there. What's up, Eric Sawyer? Okay. And cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you hanging out with me for spend a couple hours on your Wednesday night, chilling out, hanging out with me a little bit. Hopefully for some laughs and some good whiskey. Always a good time Wednesday night. I hate missing my Wednesday nights. Kentucky Mules, yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Scotty? My bourbon journey's here. Tommy, mother effing D. He's already. Oh, he's out. He's out because Scott said. You know what? I gotta say the nose is very Four Rosy. It does the rye spice does carry through quite a bit. You immediately get clove and baking spice here. Oh, we got our first. Jason takes Manhattan. Thank you so much, man, for the first super chat. Awesome. Appreciate that. First super chat gets. Let's see here. Let's play this one.
Get in my belly!
I don't know why I played that one. It's just funny. The bourbon's about to get in my belly. Okay, cheers, guys. Let's try this thing. Yeah, that is a perfect 100 proof cocktail whiskey. But honestly, I could just sip that. It's good. This does not give you a lot of the minty floral components that you normally would get with one of the Four Roses recipes. Now, I think this is a blend of multiple recipes, but it's just so like well blended. Like again, Brent Elliott just showing how good he is at blending, especially dealing with 10 recipes. I'm not sure how many are in here. I think I read somewhere it was like all 10, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. Anyway, kind of just the way everything melds together, it doesn't go too far like in the berry area, like we get with OESO. It doesn't get too far in the spice area, like we get with the K's. But it does just give you like heavy, heavy vanilla, great backbone of spice, little bit of citrus, maybe a little bit of fruit. But I think for a cocktail whiskey, this might be the move right here. This thing has a lot of like great spicy backbone to carry through. Kind of digging this thing. It actually smells mintier than it tastes, which is interesting. Like on the nose, I feel like I'm getting that Four Rosiness in it, but on the palate, I don't really get it too much. I just get a lot of sweet. It's kind of cool. Love your channel, brother. Oh, thanks, Orlando. Appreciate you, man. 10:15 a.m. I got sheet to do. Oh, cheers, Tommy. It's not grainy at all. It's a great question. Not grainy. Damn, I didn't believe you, but the Mets will have the season series over the Braves 7-6. Prop to your team. That is pretty bad. I told you. When they won the game like 2 nights ago, they secured the season series. So at least this year, the Braves fan can't talk too much trash, but the Braves will be in the playoffs, obviously. So at least you have that. That's all the Lily Mets have. Well, yeah, there's gonna be 20 recipes. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I mean that stuff. I mean, we're probably still a few years out before we see that. I don't know if you guys remember when Brett Elliott was on here 2 years ago, and he had mentioned that the 2 new recipes they were pretty new to the barrels. So I don't think we're going to see those new recipes for at least, unless they start putting out, I don't know. They don't really put out 4-year stuff. So it might be another 3-4 years the most before we see those new recipes, unfortunately. But I'm excited for them. Top 5 underrated movies. So I Married an Axe Murderer, number 1. Dude, Kraken 3013, you right now, that's best comment ever. That's amazing. We're right here, buddy. Because I think So I Married an Axe Murderer is one of the best. And you know what? What's funny about that movie? I just got introduced to it like maybe, I don't know, 6 years ago. And I love that movie. So good. Knob Creek Blenders. Four Roses Floor is High. It's like Knob Creek. Nothing they do is horrible. Yeah, this sounds really good for an old fashioned, actually. It's really good. See, now more of the citrus is coming through. A little bit of like a lemon, Is it like lemon curd? It's like a sweet lemon note, like a lemon bar almost. Yeah, this is going to be great in cocktails. I'm going to have to test that out in a beautiful Manhattan one, maybe this weekend. I'll test that theory. All right. Speaking of Four Roses, we're going to jump right to the Four Roses Mezzanura. I don't know why I said that in Italian because it's Japanese, but here it is, guys. The Four Roses Mezzanura. So this was a special release. This is their first experimental series. And again, before everyone like goes nuts and is like, "Oh, look at Four Roses doing all this shit," after they get bought out by Gallo. Listen, this has nothing to do with Gallo. I think Gallo's just kind of reaping the rewards at the right time because Four Roses had these planned. Bourbon, bourbon distillers plan most of this stuff, years ahead. So this was already in the hopper before the sale. But there you go, Mizunora. Interesting release here. Now they used I believe a K recipe for this. So it was a K recipe. I believe the whiskey is 6 years old, but I will double check. Kentucky Straight Bourbon finished in rare Japanese Mizunora oak barrels. Yes, OBSK. It's an OBSK 104 proof, 6 years old, available in 375 milliliter bottles. And I believe the price was like $55 for this, I think. Something like that. 55ish. I don't know if this is distillery only. I'm wondering if it'll still be available like throughout Kentucky if some other stores would get it. But I have a feeling this is going to be pretty well stocked every time you go to Four Roses, just judging on usually how some of these experimentals go. Let's give this a pour. Gallo wipes their ass with Pappy 23. I think Gallo has a little influence. Well, I mean, I think eventually they will, but for this, I don't really think they did. I think this was already planned. I think Four Roses is kind of late to the party with the finishes and all those trends. I mean, we've talked about it here live before, how much we kind of expect from Four Roses. And, we only really get LEs from them. They're LE blends, which is fine. We get, obviously, their delicious private selections. We'll get the Mother's Day, the Father's Day release, some other special high age releases along the way. But we normally don't see finishes, and we normally don't see anything, super high age that comes to the actual market from Four Roses. So that all changed just in 1 year. The anthology with 21 years old and the this first Mizunora cask. So now we have seen some NDPs utilize Four Roses, either double oaking it or doing other stuff to it. But if you were not privy to which NDP was using what when it was Four Roses or not, then you wouldn't really know that. So I'm just talking about specifically from Four Roses. Let's see. Joey B. Hey, what's up? Whiskey Noses here. Jason K. When do we get a honey finish Four Roses? I mean, that seems to be the biggest trend this year. Honey kind of coming back. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm curious how this is going to go. OBSK is probably one of my favorite. OBSK, OESK, OESO, and OESV, probably my top, Four Roses recipes. Recipes. There you go. Do you know of any Japanese whiskeys that are really great or that can compare to the best U.S. bourbons? Dobbs, usually the high age Yamazakis. Usually the high age Yamazakis are pretty damn good. I know a lot of people love the Hibikis. I'm not sure how prevalent those are. I feel like I haven't seen like a Hibiki in a long time. But there are some other good ones. There's one that we did a single barrel of that was pretty good. And I can't freaking remember the name of it. That's pretty bad. Oh, Kaio. That's what it was. Kaio actually has some good Japanese whiskeys that are cask strength, which you don't see very often. Kaiyo, I believe. Not sure if those are still sitting around out there, but they have some really cool ones. Nika has some really nice Japanese whiskeys. The coffee still is a pretty good release, pretty popular one. But when you're talking about the high ages you usually could get with Japanese, it's the proof points that are usually a little bit that keep people at, that folks like bourbon drinkers will keep Japanese whiskey at arm's length because it's only 80 something proof, maybe 90 proof, maybe close to 100 proof. So yeah. Does Mizunara finishing work better at a lower proof or higher? Galen, that's a good question. The only thing I could tell you, I've never really worked with Mizunara. It'd be interesting to get, when I have a interview coming up with a distiller, I'm going to ask them about working with Mizunara. I think they have. So Mizunara obviously is extremely expensive. It's a very porous wood structure. So I want to know if that means if you're keeping it in Mizunara for an extended period of time, does that mean you're losing more liquid because the wood is so porous, is it getting trapped within those wood staves within the barrel? Or is it because it's porous, you can only age it for a quick moment in time. You can only keep it in there maybe 4, 5, 6 months before it gets overly done. But Mizunara is a pain in the ass to work with. They're very expensive. They're very porous. They can leak. It's a very temperamental type of barrel type to work with. But overall, if you utilize it right, you can get some really interesting flavors from it. You can get a lot of the notes that they talk about is like coconut, sandalwood, sometimes some kind of stone fruit notes come out. Sometimes you get really savory. You can almost get like a fish sauce, soy sauce type of thing to it. I know that sounds weird because it's like a Japanese Mizunara whiskey, but it is true. You can get some of that salty brininess from it as well, depending on the barrel. So, there you go. There's your education with Mizunara trees, barrels. All right, here we go. So the nose on this isn't a good sign because it smells like household cleaner, like lemon pledge. It smells like lemon pledge. Like you just dusted your furniture. Yeah, that's not my favorite. So with the OBSK, you have the high mash bill here, and that rye is really coming through. But I think with the Mizunara, it's giving it this kind of a weird profile to it. It's lemony. I'll give it that. I think there is a little bit of that sandalwood note. There's something very aromatic here, and I would probably, couple it with that. Don't drink that it's lemon pledge. Yeah, I've never drank lemon pledge, but I have smelled it before. Yeah, there's something. I feel like I could smell the Mizunara. I feel like the one note, I'm not getting any coconut. I'm not getting any of that salty soy sauce type of thing. But I feel like I am getting a little bit of that sandalwood. So a little bit of that sandalwood note. But other than that, maybe a hint of I don't know. It's so chemical in a way. I'm a little scared to try this one. All right, here we go. I don't like that. Is that a fair enough review for you guys? I am not feeling that. The finish is actually not bad. But the front of that palate is rough. That is rough. Oh, and it gets worse with it's like furniture polish. There's something very chemical about it. Yeah. And I have no problem giving you the truth on this, like I always do. I'm always truthful, even if I get a sample bottle or if I pay for it. In this case, I paid for this bottle, so I'm a little disappointed in this one. But again, Mizunora is such a weird finish for me. I don't know if just my palate, I'm just not used to it yet. I haven't had a really, really good Mizunora finish. Most of the good Mizunora finishes I've had have come by way of Scotch rather than, or is it Irish whiskey I'm thinking of? I feel like single malt just works better than bourbon. I don't know why, but oh, nope. No thanks. Mandalorian to the rescue. Like anybody that has this that tasted this, you cannot tell me there's not something. I probably just like completely like fucked up your head. Now every time you taste this, you're gonna think of freaking Lemon Pledge, and you're like, damn it! Now I taste it. Screw you, Jason. And I get it. I'm sorry, but it tastes like some sort of household cleaner vibe to me. I don't know if it's the combination of Mizunora with that specific mash bill and the age only being 6 years. It doesn't really give you like those super developed like 9-10 year like Four Roses private selects where you have a little bit more of a leeway with some like flavor structure in there. This just feels like they probably went with the younger whiskey so they could get more of the Mizunora in there, I think, but it just doesn't, it's not doing it for me. Oh, that needs to leave my palate. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. The Dark Arts Mizunora was good for me. Yeah, Tim, I think that was one of the ones I liked. I think they did a good job with the Mizunora for sure. But didn't they combine it? I feel like the Mizunora that I had was like a combination of Mizunora and maybe toasted or Mizunora and double oaked, and I think just with them working together worked really well. I didn't realize you shapeshift into Beaker from the Muppets when the whiskey's no. Yeah. Yep. No. That's basically what it was. How's the bottle a fourth of the way down already, though? Yeah, Krista Nolan, great question. I brought that to, I did a podcast with the Bourbon Hunters yesterday here in Columbus, and I cracked it open with them last night, and I didn't like it last night either. So there you go. Tried it next to Bardstown, Hokkaido. Like Bardstown better for sure. Okay. Oh, actually, that's a good call out, Eric. Yeah, the Hokkaido. I forgot about that one. Speaking of Bardstown Bourbon Company, I did receive their next two releases. Unfortunately, they're under embargo, so I could not crack them open tonight. And that's the new Discovery and also the new, I think it's the one of the new Distillery Selects, which is a Jura finish. If you guys don't know what Jura is, Jura is a Scotch malt whiskey producer in Scotland, obviously. And I think I didn't read the fine details yet, but I think they did some sort of finish or some sort of blend or something with Jura. I have to read the fine details, but that and the new Discovery series came, so I'm excited to get back into those as soon as the embargo is lifted. So be prepared to see a lot of reviews for those two on July 18th because I think that's when the embargo lifts. So there you go. Best part of the Bourbon Hunters is Fritter Tits jokes. I don't care what dude says. Yeah, like he's just full of dad jokes. I love it. Just full of dad jokes. No, not that Jura. Top Jimmy gifting 10 Mash and Drum memberships tonight, guys. Give it up for Top Jimmy. Guys, eat them up. Eat up those memberships. Thank you, Top Jimmy. Here you go.
Snack time!
Here you go. Eat them up like the Cookie Monster. Thank you so much, man. Oh, I'm sorry. August 18th. Did I say July? Yeah, we're already in, August. Sorry. August 18th, not July. Cheers, players. Just pour the OGD 14 single barrel. It really is that good. Yeah, I love that release this year. That's going to be a top 5 bourbon for me this year. I don't care how it ends up in the blind. It's just so damn good for the price. Also, guys, it's real. It's happening. I'm telling you right now. Listen closely. Listen to Jason. Knob Creek 12 cast strength. It's starting. It's out there. It's starting to drop. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Remember that part in The Office when the office is on fire and Michael Scott's like, oh God, it's happening. Like that's basically what's happening. So if you guys get the Knob Creek special releases, keep an eye out. They're starting to drop in places. I'm really excited to grab one soon as I get it. So yeah, cannot wait. Whatever happened to Amburana finish stuff? Some of that was great, says Amy Bohm. Amy, I hope that is a trend that dies. Some people are still using it. I hate Amburana. I loathe anything in Amburana. I could take it in the beginning, but it got so much of it came out. Everybody was using it, and in different variations. No thanks. So MSRP I saw was $249. No, it's not $249 for the Knob Creek 12 cast strength. Nope. I believe I think it's like $89.99 or something. I think it's sub $100. I don't think it's $250. If it's like $250, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, it's $90. It's $90. That must mean where you saw it, Sandy, you had that thing marked up, or it was the last one that came out and they have it like as a unicorn in there. No, it's not a distillery release. I mean, I'm sure they will release some in the distillery, but it's going to be out there. So what special releases? Knob Creek? I just got here. Fill me in. Matthew Parks. Yeah, Knob Creek 12 cast strength. Starting to drop right now. I tried the new KC 12 cast strength at Jim Beam last weekend. Hell yes, Henry Turner. It's happening. Did I get a good deal on the new overhaul 11-year and last year 12-year, both for $125? Damn, that's a steal. I don't know where you got that from. You basically robbed them. That's amazing. That's a win. That is a win. All right, guys. What should we try next? What's the proof on the blade and bow? 104 proof as well. All right, you want to get into this Heaven Hill? Let's jump right into it. You want to get into the Heaven Hill, the double mash? Let's give it a try. I feel like I need a where's the Four Roses pour though that I had? That's the Mizunara. Yeah, I just need some Four Roses, regular Four Roses to kind of clear my palate. Jason, you get a spot for the new Reserves release dinner on September 3rd. Nashville Mac. The new Reserves release. Clue me in on that one, Nashville Mac. Which one are you talking about? New Heaven Hill versus me Four Roses. Thanks, Jason. Cheers, sir. Hope to make it to a pick someday. One of these days, man. Oh, bookers. No, I did not book a thing. But we'll be at the Bardstown Blitz in October, so I'm sure we'll be able to try it and grab some hands on it. So can't wait. Let's see what else. Sorry, guys, just reading the chat, just catching up. Okay, we're good. Let's get into this thing. Bottled and Bond, Heaven Hill, double mash. Look at this beauty. Again, just acquired today. Again, this was sent by Heaven Hill. So there you go. Double mash, double the character. Look at that. Masterful marketing from Heaven Hill. I love it. It's so bespoke, it's sickening. There you go, guys. Heaven Hill double mash. I'm going to get into the details right here, right now. I just want to open this up. Let's see what we got. I haven't gotten anything from Heaven Hill in a minute. It's been a while. So this was kind of cool to see. Decent color. Not too light, not too dark. Just got Beam from Claremont Bottle Pick from a store, Tennessee. Heaven Hill said August. Okay, is that Heaven Hill going to be allocated like the Bottle and Bond was a few years ago? Oh, hey, I'm stoked for this new Heaven Hill. Yeah, let's get into this, guys. Can't wait for the grain to glass variant of this. Yeah, there probably will be. Okay. I shouldn't need my readers for this. All right, guys, let's get ready for all the marketing. I need to do like a quick video clip of like just some like marketing speak. I don't know. Do I have anything just to get everybody ready? Yeah, here we go.
Bud Liquor, our prices have never been lower.
Okay, Butt Liquor, our prices have never been lower. Here it comes for immediate release from Heaven Hill Distillery. The innovative 9-year-old bottled and bond bourbon unites traditional and wheated bourbon mash bills for an entirely new whiskey experience. It's entirely new, guys. Heaven Hill Distillery, the world's largest family-owned and operated distillery and the leader in bottled and bond whiskey, proudly announces, how are they the leader in bottled and bond whiskey? How do you make that claim? I'm just curious. How does one say I'm the leader in bottled and bond whiskey? Because they own the most labels? Is that like the benchmark? Benchmark also has a bottle and bond. Not Heaven Hill. Just saying. Sorry, I digress. Okay. Announces the launch of Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond Double Mash, an innovative new expression that brings together two distinct mash bills in one remarkable bottle and bond bourbon. Guys, again, I'm reading this for the first time. The release joins the award-winning, oh my God, blah, blah, award-winning grain to glass. Yeah, I want to put that on here. Okay. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond Double Mash unites 2/3 traditional bourbon mash bill, 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley, with 1/3 wheated bourbon mash bill, 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. Both aged for 9 years and bottled at 100 proof in accordance with the strict standards established by the Bottle and Bond Act of 1897. As the leader in bottled and bond whiskey, they're doubling down on it here. Heaven Hill Distillery developed Double Mash to demonstrate both its deep understanding of bourbon production and the unique opportunities that exist within the bottled and bond designation. While wheated bourbon has become one of the world's most sought after whiskey styles, it is not recognized as a separate legal classification under U.S. whiskey regulations. So that distinction allowed Heaven Hill whiskey makers to thoughtfully unite traditional and wheated bottle and bond bourbons into a single expression. Let's see if it gives anything about availability here real quick, guys. This will be available beginning this month at a suggested retail price, $50. So not a bad price, $49.99 for this. $49.99. All right. Anything else here we need to know? Is this all more marketing stuff? The leaders in bottle and bond. Okay. That's enough of that. Thank you very much. All right. What's the most you will pay for a gold foil 16? Probably $550 to $600. I would pay for it the most. Wouldn't go over that. Double mash, just another wording for 4-grain. Pretty much. It's just kind of weird how they're saying first of its kind, brand new. Then what the hell was Colonel Taylor 4-grain? Like, did they remember that came out? I don't know. I feel like when Buffalo Trace, you guys tell me in the chat. I feel like Heaven Hill looks at Buffalo Trace and kind of looks at them and basically says, whatever you can do, we can do better. And to that end, I feel like when they come out with a certain expression, Heaven Hill is ready with a counterpunch, and back and forth it goes. They have 4-grain, they come out with double mash. They do the Deatsville. Heaven Hill does the Deatsville, and Buffalo Trace. I don't know if Buffalo Trace had anything directly. Well, they had the single oak project, like different stuff using different oak. I don't think Heaven Hill's gone to that, but they've done the the grain to glass type things, which is kind of like their experimental whiskeys that Buffalo Trace does. I don't know. I just feel like Heaven Hill is like, whatever you can do, we can do better. So I don't know. Did Mac write the marketing script? Look what it's done for them, says Jeff Huck. What's the most you'd pay for Beacon? Beacon, I'd probably go. What's Beacon? 300 retail. I think when I got a backup of Beacon, I paid like $350 to almost $400 with tax and everything. Pursuit Spirits has a triple mash. So there you go. If you had to pick Russell's 45th or President's Choice in MSRP, I'm still going Russell's 13 all day long over President's Choice. But if the President's Choice is 11 years or older, I might want to go towards that way because some of those higher age President's Choices can be really good. But most of the ones that I've had at like 8 and 9 years old they're good, but I don't know. There's nothing that has been like, wow, I have to have that bottle. But the lucky few that get their hands on the older ones, like the 11 or 12-year President's Choices, those things can be phenomenal. Jason, do the big wigs at the legacy companies ever do a sit down? Probably the master distillers do. At all the big wigs and the guys, the suits, they probably don't. Jason, what's your favorite BT offering? One that you'll always pick up from Buffalo Trace? Probably always going to be. If I always see it, I'll probably always get Stag. Eagle Rare. It's like, what happened to all the Eagle Rare 12-year? This was going to be, remember the press release for that? All the BS press release that we heard from Buffalo Trace? Eagle Rare 12-year is going to be available everywhere. Nationwide release. Nobody's seen shit. I would say Antique, Weller Antique too, is a normal pickup. And one that I'm adding to my list, guys, I'm telling you, Sazerac Rye Full Proof is a killer release. Probably one of my favorite new releases that Buffalo Trace has ever done. Or Sazerac, whatever you want to call it. That is a killer release. Finally starting to drop in Arizona, says Big Cat. Isn't 4-grain one mash bill versus this? Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a technicality. You have a blend of 2 mash bills versus one that's already a mash bill. I get it. I mean, there is a difference, but double mash, triple mash, 4-grain, it's all. But I think this is different because you're taking 2 different distillates, blending them together. We have 2/3 of the standard bourbon and then 1/3 of the wheated bourbon mash bill. So let's see how this shakes out. I'm interested. This one is really interesting to me. So we'll see what happens. No lie on the Sazerac Rye Full Proof. Got some last month. Same distillery, same season, etc. Yeah, Saz Full Proof is really good. Beats out everything under 50, says Matt's Palace. I think Saz Rye Full Proof even beats out my favorite go-to rye, which is for a long time was Pikesville Rye from Heaven Hill. I mean, it's a good proof point, but man, I'll take that Saz Full Proof Rye. Man, I think it's so good for the money. I got Eagle Rare 12 at Walmart in Florida for $50. Damn, dude. I finally tried Saz Rye 125 a week ago, and it smashed the Old Forester cask. Right? I'm telling you, that thing is Thomas H. Handy Light. Okay, double mash. Here we go. Immediately get honey, which clues me on the wheated mash bill. Man, lots of honey. Little floral. But again, first pour. Rock Hill or CO for $99. For $99? Wait, what's CO? Rock Hill or CO? What's CO? Sorry, Yossi. CO. What's up, Jeepman? 103. 430 in the chat, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. And please smash the like button below. Real easy to do. Helps the channel, man. Oh, it's Charter Oak. Got it. It's Charter Oak or Rock Hill Farms. I'm not a fan of either of those bottles, to be honest. Rock Hill Farms, to me, every time I've had it, it's never impressive. It's basically 100 proof Blanton's in a different bottle. I don't know. Maybe the Rock Hill just for the proof. The Charter Oak French Oak was not bad. The finest oak that I had was like, it had some decent qualities to it, but it just has no finish to it. It's just watery, and it's just too watered down for me personally. I think I would just go Rock Hill for especially $100 just for the proof. Saz Full Proof or Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Barrel Proof Rye. I'd probably still take the Jack Daniel's for sure. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, you can make the argument, is the best value in whiskey right now. The best value in whiskey right now. Yeah, they're both mid. All right, guys. So, honey. Man, the wheat comes through. The wheat is there. The wheat is strong with this one. There's kind of like a toasty vanilla, toasty marshmallow thing going on here too. It doesn't really give me like heavy Heaven Hill vibes. But that wheat profile in here is pretty strong. And I learned that when I did my my latest blend. That anything you add that's like wheat forward, like a wheated whiskey, even a wheated finish, will take over a blend. So the fact that they only added a third to this blend and it's giving me this much wheat for sure. Okay, let's give it a try. Very similar on the palate. It's actually pretty good. I'm kind of digging this. Sweet. Again, the honey comes through. Great spice on this. I mean, you get that the very surprised at how much spice it has, even on the second sip. That's why I went back for a second sip. I wanted to make sure it just wasn't coming off drinking the water that I was getting, a lot of spice. But even on the second sip, it came through. This is very, very easy sipping. This is going to be. I mean, this is kind of crazy because it has like some really, really nice sweetness here. It kind of levels out. Then you get these little pops of like almost a bright fruit note there, like borderline strawberry comes through, but I mean it's really faint to me. But I know I keep saying honey, but that's kind of like the main note I'm getting. It's between like the honey, the wheat profile, and then it glides into like this nice little hint of spice. But overall, from front to back, the complete experience is very easy sipping. It's kind of soft, but at the same time, it does have a nice viscosity and a pretty decent spice on the back end. So it drinks like a wheater, even though it's only a third of the blend, but it does have moments of the traditional Heaven Hill mash bill where it gives you a little bit of spice, which is kind of nice. Um, yeah, it's already getting sweeter too here in the glass as it opens up. I feel like this one might be one that gets better. Sometimes wheaters get better, sometimes they get worse. I hope this gets better. There's a like a just a touch of like the Heaven Hill nuttiness profile that's there to go along with that wheat character. It's it's really, I would never peg this as a Heaven Hill product. That's what's kind of cool about it. But for $50, this is really nice. I feel like this I would characterize more of a wheated bourbon than a double mash because it drinks like a wheater. And if that's what they were going for, then they freaking nailed it because it is this. I mean, you could put this with like if you enjoy Weller, Larceny, wheated bourbons. I mean, just any wheated bourbon in particular. This is going to be right up your alley. And for $50, this could be one of those that people just end up getting, have on the shelf, sip it every now and again. Again, it's nothing that's going to blow you away. It's not like super delicious, super like amazing in any sort of way. But what it does, I feel like it does it just right. It gives you both components of the mash bills without, I don't know, maybe one overpowering the other. I was worried about the wheat overpowering the overall experience. It doesn't really do that here. I just feel like the wheat does make it easy sipping, but I feel like there's some nuance of the traditional Heaven Hill bourbon mash bill that's in here, the rye mash bill. Now it's starting to get citrus, which is, you know, when you couple the honey, citrus, a little bit of rye spice there on the back end. It's sweet, a little marshmallow. Yeah, agree. I think the HH7 over EH Taylor. Is it better than the Grain 2? Grain 2. Going back to that Four Roses, it sounds pretty good, but they have handles of Wild Turkey 101 for 30 burns around me that are begging for an old fashioned. Yep. This are Knob Creek blenders. Oh, we can do that. That's a cool. I like that. I like that idea. I think Saz Full Proof is good, but I much prefer Sac cast strength over it. And some of those Jack Daniels single barrel battle proof rye picks are so good they don't belong in the same conversation. Oh yeah, for sure, Bourbon Bill. I would not put the Jack. That's why I said I think the Jack Daniels single barrel proof ryes I would still take over Saz Full Proof every day. This is a 9-year. Oh, it does. It actually does say it, guys. I didn't even notice that. There it goes. Let me see if that focuses up here. There it is, 9. It does have a 9-year age statement on this, which is pretty cool. Didn't notice that. So you're getting a 9-year age statement for $50. Double mash, drinks like a weeder, honey, citrus, a little bit of spice, tiny twinge of like that Heaven Hill nuttiness in there, decent mouthfeel. My only complaint is it kind of drinks too easy. Now, I don't know if my palate is just all screwed up after drinking Lemon Pledge, but I mean, this is a really, like, you could crush this bottle. If you have this with some ice, forget about it. I said that wrong. Forget about it. Every time I go back to it, it's changing. That's if I got more of the wheat. So this could be one of those ever evolving bottles, especially with wheated bourbon. But yeah, I like that idea. Let's try it against the blenders, which is also a very sweet whiskey. Hand selected, carefully blended, 106 proof. So 6 proof points higher here. I don't know. That's actually, I kind of like that idea. Do you guys want me to also put it against the standard Ball and Bond Heaven Hill? I could get that out too if you want. 107 killer. Oh, I mean, yeah, let's get that out too. This is the new Blade and Bow Solera, the 12-year Solera. We're going to be cracking into that. What about the double single barrel Lux Row? What about this? What about that? Master Drum, compare the double mash to the Blue Label Ball and Bond and the Fitz 7-year Ball and Bond. The Blue Label Ball and oh yeah, the Blue Label. Yeah, we'll get that out. Okay. Let me get those. I'll also pull out a Weller. Give me 1 second. Weller. Okay. I got him. I got him. All right, this should be pretty cool. Let's try this. This will be a nice little weeded showdown here. Can anything take out my beloved Weller Antique? And then the Heaven Hill Ball and Bond here. I know this isn't weeded, either is the blenders, but hey, let's go for it. Oh, the Bardstown High Wheat. Okay, one more. You guys are killing me. Is this it? Is this the High Wheat? I have the old school bottle. Is this the High Wheat? I don't even know. See, this is why they changed their labels, because you can't read this shit. Is this the High Wheat? Yep, this is the High Wheat. Got it. This is the High Wheat, guys. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it's off-white. Okay. It's been a minute since I've tried this one. Man. All right, right, guys. The Mash and Drum Whiskey Room, just a library of shit to compare. This is what we like to do, though, guys. I love doing this with you every Wednesday. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't even know what order to go in. I'm going to start with the high wheat. I'm curious how this goes. Let's start with the high wheat. Let's go from here. Okay. More oak on the high wheat for sure. Old Fit 7. Do I have Old Fit 7? I don't know if I have old. The regular Old Fit 7. Oh, this one. This one. Bottle and Bond. Sure, why not? Jesus, guys, we went from just like trying a bottle to like now we have 6 out here. Let's go. All right, high wheat. Dude, high wheat. I forgot how good the high wheat. High wheat is a freaking citrus bomb to me, at least right now, coming off the other ones. Way more. So Bardstown Bourbon Company to me has a very, very high citrus content. I always get lemon and orange, and then sometimes it veers into peach. Sometimes, just depends. This one to me is very citrus heavy, citrus honey all day long. A little bit similar to the double mash, but a little bit more concentrated. Man, the high wheat's pretty damn good. It does have that Bardstown Bourbon Company esque thing that it has. It's hard to describe. There's like a funk that it has. Hi, I'm Jason. I never run out of Glens. That's right. BBC's own stuff is often bad, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot more that I've liked from Bardstown in the past when they were using more of the kind of the older whiskeys. But again, they're like everything, their interest shift, the market shifts. You know, now they're doing Victoria Pineapple. Now they're doing the distillery series releases and the distillery reserve releases with the different finishes. You know, the market shifts. That's the direction they're going. I would like to see their stuff get older. I'd like to see their picks get older. They have the whiskey. I'm just not sure why we aren't seeing more like 10 plus year age stated stuff. I like that KC more than OWA, but it's close. Oh, okay. They need to remake Disco 11. I don't know if they have any of that Buffalo turkey left. Okay. Let's go. Actually, let me try that now against the double mash because it's all about the double mash here. We're going to just put it to the test. Actually need a little more of that. So for me, the double mash is less sweet. There is some sweetness there, but I do think now when you compare it, it's the more bourbon forward notes are coming through the double mash now. When I say more bourbon, obviously it's a bourbon, but I mean like the more traditional bourbon mash bill notes are coming through. The nuttiness, a little bit of brown sugar is starting to peek through on the double mash too. So I feel like it's less citrusy. Now it's citrusy when I had it on its own, but now coming off the high wheat, which has a high like a high volume of citrus to me personally, this isn't as citrusy. So now it's coming off more of the traditional Heaven Hill mash bill, if that makes sense. Let's go to the blenders. Man, the blenders and the double mash is a little similar, but man, the blenders is just even more sweet. This thing is like, it just smells like straight up aspartame. Freaking Splenda, fake sugar, whatever you want to call it. Man, that blenders is so crushable. I think in terms of experience, they're very close. I think the blenders drink's pretty easy. I think the double mash drinks easy. However, I think the high wheat, it still has it for me. The high wheat just has a little bit more concentrated flavors to it, but it's different. You have to like citrus if you're going to go with the high wheat. If you prefer kind of the more traditional bourbon flavors, like deeper, richer caramels and vanillas, like we're probably going to get here in the Weller or even the Old Fitz, we'll see how that shakes out. But I think they're similar in ways, the blenders versus the double mash. But I do think I might give. The one thing I like about the blenders has a little bit more of a punch to it. Where again, the double mash is drinks really really easy, which isn't a bad thing, but that's kind of its mo. All right, before I get to the standard bourbon, I'm going to test it against a couple more wheaters here. I'm going to go to the Old Fitz. This is pretty close. The double mash definitely has more of the Heaven Hilliness to it, though. I mean, that nuttiness, the brown sugar is in the double mash all day long, whereas the Old Fitz, oh my God, that strawberry note in this Old Fitz is still coming through. It's wild. Don't talk about my Coke Zero like that. Keep your aspartame to yourself. Jay Regan, I love Coke Zero. I love that shit. Give me aspartame all day long. It's probably why I like the Blenders edition a little too much. Completely different experience. Old Fitz 7-year is a fruit bomb to me. And even coming off these other ones, again, guys, when you're blinding, I can't emphasize enough how much what you drink previous is going to affect what you drink at the time. So you're going to have different things that bring out other flavors and other whiskeys. And coming off the blenders, this Old Fitz is an absolute strawberry melon fruit bomb to me. Coming off that, it's almost like the sweetness canceled each other out, and now I'm just getting fruit in the Old Fitz, which is kind of wild. I feel like they have the same amount of spice at the back end, very light spice, but it's there. Let me go back to the double mash. God, the double mash drinks even easier than the Old Fitz. This thing is smooth as silk. I hate to use that word smooth, but that's what that shit is. Like when people say this drink's really smooth, they're going to be talking about double mash because that thing drinks like freaking. It's not as smooth. It's not as easy sipping as like 1792 sweet wheat, but man, is it super easy to drink. Holy hell. But it has this very, very late spice at the back end of it on the double mash, which is, man, that's a crazy whiskey. For Heaven Hill, it's just weird. So boring, kind of boring, Nathan. I would say it's a little boring. But I said that in the beginning. It's not a punch in the face by any means. All right, let's go to the Weller Antique. Here we go. Weller gets the wheat glass. Gets the cool wheat glass. Okay. Oh, I love Weller Antique. I hate to say it. It's Buffalo Tracy, but I love it. Because it's got tradition. It's darker. It has the brown sugar. It has the caramel, a little bit of toffee, but it also has some fruit there as well, much like the Old Fitz. But it also couples it with some good density, some spice. Man, Weller 107 tough to beat. Go back to the double mash now. Yeah, the double guys. Honestly, the double mash drinks more like a weeder than some of these other weeders. It's just so easy sipping. I don't know if that plays to its advantage. I think for us, for you guys, and for myself, the double mash is almost too easy to drink. It just comes off a little bit boring, a little bit maybe 2-3 note. Um, it's a I think it has a decent texture. I don't think it has really the best texture. It kind of whips through the palate pretty quick. But the finish on it is kind of sneaky because then you get a little bit of this lingering spice on it, which is kind of weird for 100 proof, being that the front to mid palate is very, very kind of easy sipping. Yeah, Nathan, this is an older batch. Some of the OW, I've had bad Weller Antiques as well, so I think it just depends if you're lucky enough to get a good one or not. This one happens to be pretty damn good. I have, I remember when I got this one, I bought like 2 more of them because they were really good at the same store, and I've kind of just been, getting on those. Yeah, you should try that Blade and Bow with these, as it's a weeded bourbon. No, I'm gonna try that on its own. All right, let's go to the regular Ball and Bond. I think for me, honestly, it still goes to the Weller Antique and the High Wheat. Both of these, I think, for weeded bourbons, dude, are still the Bardstown Bourbon Company High Wheat sits on the shelf. Nobody's buying that. Weller Antique, people still buy for either trades or because they want it. This Blenders Edition, I think, is actually sneaky good. If nobody has had that one yet, and I don't know, this double mash, it's got some work to do. Yeah, I mean, this bottle and bond, this has more brown sugar, more heft. It drinks a little bit. I don't know. It's hard for me. I mean, it's not that the double mash is a bad whiskey. It's just that it's not super interesting to me. I love the combination of wheat and traditional bourbon flavors is really cool. I love that it has a 9-year age statement, but it just drinks really, really easy, a little bit thin. And I think when you guys taste this against some others, even taste it on its own, I think the first and second sips were the best sips. But then when you keep trying it, it just starts flattening out a lot, and it just becomes a little bit less interesting. And especially with having all these, now this is really falling behind. Yeah, I don't know. This is, I would say, good, not great. I think it's good for $50. And if you like weeded bourbons, you're going to love the double mash because it drinks really easy. That's what it's very, very crushable. There's no off notes. Jeff Winbush, I could see why some people will not like the high wheat. It goes back to that Bardstown thing that they have. They have it's like a astringency, I think, that they have in the back end of some of their whiskeys that is very it's kind of like their almost like their DNA, their thumbprint that I get from them. I've tried it. I've tasted it on other things, even source barrels that other people have from Bardstown Bourbon Company. There's just a quality to it that's a little bit weird. But again, to me, overall, this is just kind of a citrus bomb. Now, I don't know if the newer batches taste similar to this. This is obviously the original label. But you can see I really haven't. I think this was my second bottle of this. I think the first one that I got, I shared out and was trying it over and over. I got it back up just in case for moments like this. So I'm glad I have a second bottle. But I would say that, man, if I had to order these, I still think the Weller Antique is king. This is fantastic. I don't think this gets talked about enough. The Heaven Hill Ball and Bond, just a straight up bourbon. This is just a great, fantastic go-to, man. I just think there's more heft and more character going on in this whiskey versus the double mash. Maybe the double mash is one of those whiskeys where you just sip it on its own and enjoy it. 100 proof. Last sip of this one, guys. Yep, it's sweet. It's fine. I was hoping for a little more from that one, to be honest. It's not that I understand if you wanted to drink like a weeder, but I want more flavor punch from it. You know what I mean? I just want it to be a little bit more concentrated, a little bit more full of flavor. It just drinks a little bit too easy for me personally. I'll do a full review of that one for sure, but there you go. 6 bourbons just reviewed. I think I still might like this a little bit better too. I like that old Fitz. I like how fruit forward it is for the flavor profile. High weeks, blenders. We'll keep the double mash up here because it's this week's new bottle. All right. And then, of course, we're going to blend all the weeders. Let's, what do we have here? This is the most tame, the double mash. So I'm going to add a little bit to this. We'll kind of create a crazy weeded. It's not really all weeded. We have some blenders edition in there. Okay. Let me move some more Glens around. So glad there are more antique 107s on the shelves now. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more Weller antiques. I walked into a store the other day here in Ohio. There was Weller special reserves everywhere. All right, guys. So before we get into this, how can I find Drum Key Spirits releases, says Josh Brace. They're only available on barrelking.com. Got to go to barrelking.com. Click on, I believe it's single barrels or creators or something like that. There's a link, and then click Mash and Drum, and the password is symbol in all caps. And the only one I have available right now is the ride symbol. I don't think there are many left, though. I think all the fanfare it got at the Ascot Awards is it's starting to clean out. We don't have many left. I think there's maybe 100 something bottles left of that one, if that. We might be at sub 100 now. I can't remember what the last number was, but it's almost all gone, which is really, really amazing. But the next one is lining up the Power Ballad as well as, I think, a single barrel, but we'll have to see if that's going to release in tandem. So when that comes out, I'll definitely drop the link here in the chat for everybody once it goes through all the members from Barrel King and obviously my patrons. There you go. Nathan Jurgensen just pasted it. There you go. If you want to grab the ride symbol, there you go. Weller's is still rare in the Northeast. Yep. That's what I've heard. All right, guys, before we get to the two, the big ones of tonight with the Starlight 10-year and the Blade and Bow, let's go through a little bit of news. It sounds like Remus 9. It's so good, but not strong enough, leaves you wanting more. Yeah, maybe. What do you think of the OHLQ picks? Do you think the state does a good job picking barrels, says Christopher Mondello? You're going to put me on the spot like that? It's hard for me to judge because I haven't been involved in a single barrel selection with OHLQ ever since Jim Canepa left. So Jim Canepa was the, superintendent of the, the OHLQ for many years. He left to take over the, I guess, what would you call it? The legalized marijuana, edibles, that section of Ohio once it became legalized here. So he's doing that. We have a new person here. I have never been contacted ever since. I used to do a lot of different barrel picks and some stuff with OHLQ, but I have not been contacted ever since. So I don't know what their selection process is like anymore. I know they used to get a lot of Ohio residents involved. Not sure if that's happening. I know they have a bunch of Woodford Reserve double oak picks about to hit the state here, like at least 8-9 barrels, something like that, of Woodford double oaked, which aren't technically actually single barrels, but that's how they market them. And they're low proof, which also sucks. Anyway, I only go by, so if sometimes I'll come across the OHLQ Reddit and I'll be on there, and I've seen a lot of negative stuff about the picks. Occasionally I see positive stuff about the single barrels. I'm not sure what that selection process is like anymore. I'm not sure if they're going in actually tasting these barrels, if they have an actual pick team going in and picking them, or are people just walking into a warehouse, or is it a phone call? Just send me 8 barrels. Because that could very well be what it is when you're talking about volume for a state. I don't know. I wish I knew more, particularly what they do. I like being really involved with OHLQ at times, but they haven't really reached out in quite a long time. So I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, so Peerless single barrel was this week in Ohio, and I heard a lot of people complaining about some of those single barrels in Ohio. Peerless was kind of the main culprit that I read recently, how somebody was like, I don't know who's picking these barrels, but this Peerless single barrel sucks. So again, I don't know who's picking them, but I don't know. OHLQ, more like OH Ingram River Age 105, best $50 bottle in my collection, says D Train. That bottle was pretty good. I got to try that. That was pretty good. VA ABC just lets the distilleries pick theirs equals meh, says Matt's Palace. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what kind of happens with OHLQ, which sucks because it's just a crapshoot. You're not getting the best barrels. You're just getting what they have available. And if that's how it's going, you're just betting on the interest and the people that want to just buy single barrels. But I think you do yourself a disservice if you're picking shitty single barrels, or if the single barrel is just being selected via phone call or via, just send us like 8 barrels, because at that point you're just like, they're going to buy whatever we put out there rather than picking the best of the best. And that sucks. Now, again, I can't confirm or deny that that's what's happening. I'm not sure who's picking the barrels. If they are picking the barrels, I'm just saying if that's what's happening, that sucks. But if someone is picking the barrels or hand selecting them, then I hope that they're getting residents and true bourbon enthusiasts involved in that, because that's how it should be, rather than just, we're just going to, we'll take. Now, I realize you need a lot of barrels to cover a state, so it's hard to pick that many. I'm not saying you have to do it all at once, but I'm just saying, like, pick the best if you can. I don't know. Just my opinion. OHLQ. Still love what you do for the state. But, I miss picking barrels with you guys. That guy has a dream job. Used to pick single barrels. Now he picks strains. They pick a few, but they don't mostly. I have had a handful of good ones, says Matt's Palace. Okay. Jason, Augusta single barrels, Augusta in general, what is their typical flavor profile? Well, Ken Davis, they're sourcing mostly right now. Lots of Barton, some Jim Beam, mostly Barton. So if you like Barton, then you'll like Augusta, but they do switch it up quite a bit. All the single barrels, Ohio. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe somebody from OHLQ will reach out now. Just saying, guys, I'm available to help you pick some really good single barrels. Stop just if you are just getting, I'll just send me this many barrels. That sucks. So I hope you're not doing that. Have you had the 17-year Buffalo Turkey? He says, but yeah, Buffalo Turkey is Buffalo Turkey. It's everywhere. It was everywhere. Not sure how much people have left of it, but it is what it is. I'm over Buffalo Turkey. It's fine. I feel like all the really, really good barrels have been cherry picked, and now we're just getting, barrels that weren't that good, that now they're just aging and putting an age statement on it higher and higher to sell it or to help sell it. Maybe hoping it hits hazmat to also move it. I'm just giving you guys all the tidbits tonight, all the truth. Paging Ann Dimmick. Yeah, I love Ann Dimmick. She's amazing. But yeah, I don't even know. Like, she has an amazing palate. I'm not sure if she's helping with picks anymore. Like, who knows? Is Heaven Hill 22 bourbon of the year so far, or the archives? Dobbs right now could go either way for me. I have done blinds with both of them, and either one or the other wins. I think it just depends on the day for me. Save your money and get an Optimus. Yeah, there you go. JD 21 year a thing or in the works? It's in the works, Robert Schemmer. We will have a Jack Daniels 21 year eventually. Bullet 20 beats them both. All right, Nathan, you bring up Bullet 20 year every time, but nobody has fucking seen this bottle. It's a ghost. Great. Appreciate it. I'm just salty. Sorry, Nathan. I'm just salty because I haven't tried it yet. And now they're selling for like $1,900. Fuck you. No way. 1.9 thousand. 1.9, almost $2,000 for a bottle of 20-year 95.5 rye. Fuck you, whoever's selling for that much. Jesus Christ. Come on. You're making a stupid amount of money on that. It's like what's that bottle retail? $250, $300, $400? Still, fuck you. It's bullshit. Just pisses me off. And you know what pisses me off more is that I stare at that bottle on secondary and I'm like, maybe I should buy it. And I hate myself. But it sucks. It sucks. $2,000 for a fucking MGP 20-year bullet. Give me a fucking break. It's ridiculous. And you know what's funny is like people will offer like $1,700, $1,650. They're like, no. I can't let it go for that. That's too little. Assholes. Whatever. That's going to be a bottle that everyone's going to tell me, why isn't Bullet 20 in your top ride of the year? Because I'm probably not going to ever get one this year. And maybe I'm just a little bit salty about it. Sorry. Jesus Christ. But if anybody has a sample, I'd love to try it. Like the ultimate hypocrite. I'd love to try it, though, if you have a sample. I always wonder what Jason is thinking. Jason, that's how you really feel, yeah. And for tonight's rant, I love seeing this. Sorry, I just can't. All right. Enough of that. Yeah, backing into parking spaces and Bullet 20 year. Yeah. And yeah, Cam, I think Cam has 2 bottles of it, but Cam said in the chat that he got it early. He got it early. He got it at like $700 or $800, which to me is more palatable. I would definitely spend $700 or $800 to get it just to try it. But he got it early before the price shot up. So, good on Cam for finding it early on. But now it's at 1.8, $1,000 more. You got to be fucking kidding me. It's ridiculous. Have you had the Super Freak? I have not, Buttercuts. I've not had that. Yeah, I'm going to have to reach out to Cam. And I know he's busy with his baby, but I part of me definitely wants to reach out and just get a sample of that to try. No bullet is worth $2,000, period. Have some old bullet, probably like Woodinville gets worse with age. No, everything I've heard it's really, really good. So, oh man, this blend is actually kind of fantastic. Oh my gosh. It's fruity, it's citrusy. It's very vanilla heavy. Dude, the blend, the weeded Blender's Edition blend. The blend is better than all of them together. This blend is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Speaking of blends, that's right, it's time. It's happening. Let's get excited, guys. That's right, it is time. The announcement is here. It is confirmed. The 2025/26 Blendageddon Finals is happening. That's right. August 26th at 9 p.m. right here with ADHD Whiskey. Me and ADHD Whiskey are blending the finals. That's right. 2 weeks from tonight. Had to push it back one more week because I had to confirm the bottles that are going to be donated. So if you decided to donate a bottle for this a long time ago, I'll be reaching out to everybody to kind of reconfirm that their submissions. So yeah, I cannot wait. 2 weeks from tonight, it's happening. Blendageddon with Matt, ADHD Whiskey. Big, huge fundraiser for the Nationwide Children's Hospital right here in Ohio. Get ready. It's going to be lit. That's right. Is that what the kids say? It's going to be lit? I think so. Let's go. You made Matt look good. Yeah, Matt looks awesome in that one. Who else on the Silver Springs? Holy Blendageddon. No, it's actually August 26th of this year. It's happening. Finally, it's happening. So the next 2 weeks, I'm going to try building up the excitement, getting people ready for the bottles. Where I'm still doing the fundraiser. I don't give a shit. I will figure out how to get these bottles out. We have a ton of bottles in the hopper. I'll reveal some of those next week on the live, and we'll go from there. So it's going to be awesome. Yep. Will that kid be at the Blitz? What? Will that kid be at the Blitz? Oh, I don't know. Tastes like 50-50 blend root beer and cream soda. You made Matt look good. Jason, what's thoughts on Silver Spring? Love Silver Springs. I love Silver Springs. Thank God I didn't make the finals. I couldn't be on. Man drinks like 100 proof. Mine's 127. All right. Blade and Bow 12 year, guys. Solera. Well, actually, before we get, I'm sorry. Keep saying actually. We also do round 1 of this year's Blendageddon on the same stream. I might have to. All right. I've heard mostly positive stuff about this bottle. Let's bottle cam it. There it is. Blade and Bow, Solera aged 12 year, Solera Reserve. We'll get into all the details of this one here in a little bit. But I do want to get into a couple news stories here. There's not a lot. Like I said, it's kind of slow here in August. But let me grab. Let me see. That's what I needed. Are you serious? It's down for maintenance, the website? Shit. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, let me grab, what's the first? What is happening here? Oh, God. The whole site's down for maintenance. Are you kidding me right now? Industry news. No. Is that it? That's not it. These are old. What is happening to this website right now? Okay. We're going to skip news tonight, I guess. That BB is finished in Cognac, Bordeaux, Muscatel, and Port, but doesn't say it on the label. Are you serious? Yeah, I think I read that. Do you guys think that still be on shelves for a while? Or does New Riff still distill the 20% malted barley mash? Jason, who owns Blade and Bow? I like their standard bottle, but curious about this one. Diageo. Diageo owns Blade and Bow. Let me see. What did I have? I feel like I could go off of memory here by what's Chicken Cock was bought out by another company. I just can't remember the name of the company, but Chicken Cock now has a new owner. Not sure what that means. Diageo, speaking of Diageo, who also owns Blade and Bow, as we just stated, they're preparing for a multitude of layoffs right now, which sucks. But again, with the whiskey industry being the way it is, Diageo is laying off a bunch of employees coming soon, just doing a lot of, I guess, in the word of corporate speak, downsizing. So those are really the two main stories. Nothing really yet. I haven't seen anything new about Uncle Nearest. I'm still waiting to see if anyone buys Uncle Nearest. Would be kind of amazing, but we'll see what happens. But let's also go to some new labels. Speaking of Booker's, the Reserve Spring from Booker's, 10-year, 7 aces. Next year, 2027. I think we talked about this one. But I think this year's is still going to be that apple cinnamon forward one that they talked about. Now, we were talking about Four Roses Anthology a little bit, and they've already posted the label for next year. That's right, the 2027 archives. And I'm kind of excited, not that I want to spend $500 again, but the 2027 anthology is going to be called Resilience. And if you look at the back of the bottle, the mash bill or the recipe, look at the bottom, OESO. Holy shit. That's right, guys. Coming soon, a 21-year-old fruit bomb. I mean, the dark fruits, the fruit forwardness of that recipe at 21 years could be ridiculous. Now, it also could get a little bit too cherry medicinal heavy. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping this is more like blackberry and fig and raisin as it gets to this age. But I am all in. This is one of the recipes that I said, if Anthology comes out with an OESO, I'm all over this one. So $500 be damned or not. I want to try 21-year-old OESO. More out of curiosity. I mean, money is the money, but out of curiosity, I want to try that in the worst way. I'm really excited for that one. Yeah. Oh, I'm in on the OESO. Yeah, exactly. Is Beam going to be doing multiple reserve releases? Curious, since it says spring. Yes. So with that in mind, we have a next Knob Creek Blenders edition coming out, number 2. And this one says Bourbon Barrel Finish. Bourbon Barrel Finish. So I took a, is this the, no, that's not it. Is this it? Yes, this is the label for the reserve, the next one. Aged 5 years plus finished another 5 years. I feel like this is just bourbon finished in bourbon. So it's kind of a double oaked Blenders edition, 109 proof. Usually when you see these on the TTB from Beam, the proofs and everything are pretty accurate. If they change, it changes very minimally. So it'll be either 109 will be close to it. So there you go. We have a next Knob Creek Blenders edition, number 2, coming at you. Also, Green River is releasing a cold brew bourbon whiskey, real bourbon, real coffee. If you look at the back label, this is to create Green River cold brew. We start with real 4-year-old Kentucky bourbon. They're blended custom roasted cold brew coffee with just a touch of cane sugar. That's it. No shortcuts, no artificial flavors, no coloring, no fancy story. Just real bourbon, real cold brew, and a little cane sugar coming together the right way. Real bourbon, real cold brew, real good. There you go. So now we're getting some like interesting stuff now from Green River. We've seen from Bardstown. Maybe they're overarching, strategies to really kind of hone in on some of the more, I guess, approachable type of whiskeys. Victoria Pineapple. Now we're getting cold brew. We had the honey from them as well. So I think Green River really kind of, drawing a line in the sand. Like, this is what we're doing right now. This is what we're focusing on. Is these really approachable, kind of cheaper options that people can enjoy freely. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm all for a good cold brew. I mean, I love cold brew coffee. Yeah, looks like Blenders Edition is finished in bourbon barrels. Yes. Yeah, it's work coffee. Yeah, slip that in your coffee a little bit. And there you go. I always thought bourbon needed to be caffeinated. Everyone, prayers to Corey T and family as baby is expected this week. Oh, Corvette Trey. Cheers, man. The baby is coming. Love it. Cheers, buddy. Cheers to Corvette Trey. Great friend of the show. Great support of all the channels. So love it. Green River, give us a 10-year, please. It's a rye finish in a bourbon barrel. So it's 5 years new barrel, 5 years used. Is that what it said? Hold on. Where'd it go? That's not it. This is it. Hey, come off of it. Why is it not showing now? Are you guys seeing it and I'm not? There it is. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even realize that. Thank you for that. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. So it's a rye whiskey finished in bourbon barrels. Very nice. Let's go back here. Aged 5 years, then finish another 5 years in bourbon barrels. Sorry if I missed that detail. Thank you so much for calling me out. Appreciate that. This could be really interesting. I love rye finished in bourbon barrels. That's a lot of drum key spirits. The rye symbol has this type of mindset. So I'm all for tasting that. And finally, after years and years of writing letters, praying, getting down on my hands and knees and praying to the whiskey gods, talking with the master distillers at Heaven Hill, can you please give us Mellow Corn single barrels? Guys, it's happening. Mellow Corn Bottle and Bond is going single barrel, baby. That's right. Mellow Corn single barrels. It's happening. It's happening. I feel like it's a little late. I'm not sure if it's going to get the excitement that it would have maybe a few years ago, but it is finally happening. Look at the tasting notes. Full bodied with a softly spiced sweetness, sweet and chewy finish. There you go. It's happening, guys. We are finally getting Mellow Corn single barrels. Are you kidding me? Shut the F up. I wonder what the pricing is going to be on these. Are these going to be like $18 single barrels, maybe 25 the most? If it is, that's freaking epic. However, if you do get one of these, be prepared to sell like 250 bottles of these things probably. It's crazy, man. Holy shit. Weren't we supposed to get KC 12-year kits? No, Terrence McDermott, if you missed the beginning of the show, they are rolling out right now. I already mentioned this. KC 12 cast strength is rolling out now. So keep your eyes open. Mellow. That's right. It's happening, guys. Bro, you're joking. No, it's happening. Still never had a yellow corn or mellow corn. Single bar mellow corn. Marty just... Oh, nice. Sorry, joined late. Top Jimmy just changed his diaper. I'm telling you. I can't believe this is happening. It's actually we've been talking about this for years. Will they ever do it? And we even had when Connor O'Driscoll was on this show, I asked him, what about mellow corn single barrels? He's like, I don't know if we could ever do it. It's happening. I guess people knocked on the door long enough. They made the phone calls. They sent in the letters. Guys, this is real shit. This is on the TTB. Mellow corn, freaking single barrels, bottled and bond, 100 proof. Holy shit, man! These are gonna hit secondary hard. I'm telling you, people are gonna be going crazy. Jason, start lobbying for mellow corn pick. Ed, I already emailed them. I'm not gonna lie. I already emailed them. Can I get in line for one of those mellow corn picks? I really want to sell 280,000 bottles of bottled and bond corn whiskey. Oh, I can't wait. Holy shit. It's crazy, dude. I don't know, man. Supposedly the gift shop put out like 4 bottles yesterday or today. Reviews are on Reddit. Oh, of the mellow corn single barrels. That's pretty cool. My lord, the new distillery series Coy Hill is making you really funny. This new distiller series Coy Hill is making you the Coy Hill is 1.9 for mellow corn. Yeah, it's gonna be 1.9K. So somebody will have bullet and then the mellow corn, 1.9 each. Sons of bitches. It's a change of gears, but not a game changer. It's just nice to see. But I feel like it's like 3 years too late. Everybody wanted this like 3 years ago. We haven't seen mellow corn for a while. Corn whiskey is kind of meh. You know, when mellow corn, when people were talking about how good of a value mellow corn is, that's when people were screaming, to the heavens, like, get single barrels out there. And now we're getting it. It feels a little late, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, it is Blade and Blow. Blade and Blow. Oh my God, what's happening? Too many rants saying Blade and Blow. That's a different type of whiskey. Maybe a different type of. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. All right, Blade and Bow, 12-year Solera Reserve. What's going on in this one? Beginning with a 12-year-old Blade and Bow Kentucky straight bourbon, it's guided through a multi-vat Solera finishing and blending process, uniting the age and character of cognac, Bordeaux, Muscatel, and port vats to create a depth and balance in the final whiskey. Blade and Bow Solera Reserve open. Okay, no, I don't want to read notes. Blade and Bow 12-year Solera Reserve doesn't chase cask finishing. It elevates it. Wow. It doesn't just use finishes. It elevates it. Multiple influences, authentic vats rather than non-authentic vats, just so you guys know. And Solera integration create layered complexity anchored by a 12-year age statement. This whiskey represents our vision for what cask finishing can become when craftsmanship takes precedence over convention. Rather than relying on single finishing cask, we brought together a collection of distinguished influences, including cognac, port, and Bordeaux, to create a bourbon of exceptional depth, balance, and complexity. Bottled at 52% ABV, so 104 proof. Suggested retail price of $64.99 per 750 milliliter bottle. The new expression will be available in select markets nationwide, including North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Ohio, Georgia, Illinois, and of course our home of Kentucky, where it'll be featured as a permanent element of the Stitzel-Weller Distillery experience beginning July 2026. On July 17th and on a permanent basis while bottles last, Stitzel-Weller Distillery will offer a custom Blade and Bow flight experience, including the pillars of the portfolio. Okay, let's move on from that. The marketing speak in this shit, I can't even. It hurts my soul. 49 12-year finished bourbon, sign me up. It's all over the shelf here in North Carolina. It's actually very true. Let's take a look at the details of this bottle. I'm just curious here. There's some fine print on this shit. Straight bourbon whiskey, rested in vintage casks, 104 proof. Does this tell you anywhere that this is finished in anything? Nope, not there. Even the side of it says aged in charred American white oak barrels to create a whiskey with notes of sweet toasted cereal. Okay, I'm not going to read that. What about this back fine print? The five keys. Oh, this just tells you about the keys. More marketing shit. What about this side? Including some of the finest bourbon produced at the Stitzel-Weller Distillery. Why won't you put the cask finishes on here? That blows my mind. I kind of don't understand that. But here's the thing. When you read this, and I hate to be like the, get off my lawn, like old hat type of whiskey drinker and just guy in general. What you're doing isn't new. It's like their version of a cigar blend. Like, like this is the shit that drives me nuts. Just like I don't know, man. I know they have to look. I'm in that game now. I know what you have to do to sell bottles. I get it. But to put this forward to folks like it's some grand design, like nobody else has ever done this, is reaching. People like whiskey drinkers know what's been out there. You're basically trying to recreate a cigar blend. This is what Joseph Magnus has done for years. This is nothing really new or novel. Maybe the process is a little different. Do you want to hang your hat on that? Fine. But to get on your soapbox and be like, this is the, we things that have never been done before. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's just weird to me. I just feel like whiskey drinkers at this point just want to be told what they're drinking. Just be honest, be earnest, be upfront with what the hell they're drinking. We don't need all this bullshit. I mean, it is. Let me see here. Cognac, Bordeaux, Muscatel, and Port. To create, from the start, I want to capture the fruit. I achieved this while honoring Blade & Bow's Solera heritage using the technique to blend new and older whiskey across multiple. Okay. All right. Let's just get into this thing, guys. It's I'm not gonna keep harping on this, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the marketing lately I've seen is so over the top, and everybody sounds like they're reinventing the wheel and doing something completely new. When you're talking about blending shit with Cognac, Bordeaux, Muscatel, and Port, it just sounds like a cigar blend to me, like their version of a 12-year cigar blend. Now, the Solera age does make it seem a little bit different. I get it. But let's not like talk about it being this new grand idea. But it doesn't really matter. Let's just see what the whiskey tastes like. Oh, man, it smells fantastic. I'll give it that. I mean, it always comes down to the whiskey, right? Always comes down to the whiskey. We're blending tradition with innovation. Yeah, that gives me like some like Blue Run vibes. That's why it kind of gives me the ick. How long does it take you to pick out the racing and tasting notes? I started less than a year ago in the bourbon game. I know it tastes good to me, but I'm having a hard time picking flavor notes. Jack Douglas, it's it's all about, and I've talked about this before. If you want to get better at tasting and nosing your whiskey, listen, first of all, first and foremost, it's all subjective. Nobody's wrong. Whatever you taste, whatever you smell, it's what you taste and what you smell. It's an honest and earnest type of, do some people make up bullshit? Probably. But when you're talking about people that are nosing and tasting and picking up actual flavors, that's what their flavor tells them and tells you. So just because you're not picking up certain flavors that I get or somebody else gets does not make you wrong. It just it just means that you need to connect the dots a little bit more in your whiskey experience and what you're. So it always starts off with what you're eating, your food, your smells, your. I always recommend getting a good nosing kit. Nose your bourbon kits are available online. I think it's basically like canisters with like different spices, cherry, like little like like dry cherries, cumin and cinnamon and all sorts of different stuff. And what it does, it just connects your brain to the whiskey. So if you're nosing the spices and you're experiencing and you're taking the time to be like, okay, this is exactly what honey smells like. So I'm going to nose it and nose it and nose it. Do I get it in this bourbon? Cinnamon is what cinnamon smells like. Am I getting it in this bourbon? It's just correlating what you're tasting and what you're smelling into your whiskey. It's not a matter of whether you're right or wrong. It's a matter of that familiarity with your brain connecting to what you're tasting. And that's really what it is. The best advice I ever got was to experience your food, take the time to smell, taste, and figure out exactly what you like and what you don't like, and then go to your whiskey and see if you're getting any of those some of those same flavors. But if you only eat one thing, if you're like a chicken tendy guy or a mac and cheese guy, that's all you ever eat, then it's going to be hard for you to pick up different flavors. You're going to have to, you got to make sure that you broaden your palate, broaden your curiosity into different smells and spices, because that'll just make you a better taster. And again, it's not you're right or wrong. I've tasted whiskeys where I just get like bright fruit, and other guys have tasted it and get chocolate. So it's like, okay, well, who's right, who's wrong? Nobody's wrong. It is what it is. Like, even for a good example, this bottle right here, my first bottle, the Drum Key debut. I've gotten probably no bottle in history that I've ever. I got so many different tasting notes from so many different people for that bottle. So everybody experiences it different. So I would just say to you, experience your food, smell different scents, taste different things, and eventually the notes will start becoming a little bit more prevalent to you in your whiskey. So there you go. That was kind of long winded. Sorry. All right, let's get back into this Blade and Bow. Just say vanilla caramel and sweet oak for every bourbon, and everyone will think you're smart. That's true. Yeah, go to the McCormick aisle. Get that Montreal steak seasoning. That shit's delicious. The other trick I tell everybody to do to help you, drink one brand for like 2 weeks straight. So just drink Wild Turkey for 2 weeks. Then introduce like Heaven Hill after 2 weeks straight of just drinking Wild Turkey. And then you'll start seeing those differences. It may not be like the different flavor notes you're looking for, but you'll start noticing the nuance between the distillers. So that's a good way to do it. I did that with every distillery when I first started. I think I was drinking different shit for like 2 months straight, and then I started making videos. So there you go. Okay, guys, let's get into this thing. All right. Love the nose. I mean, obviously the dark fruit from all the different cask finishes are there, but this gives me like big like candy apple pie vibes right off the bat. Oh man, that's freaking smells fantastic. Maybe even pear, cinnamon. It's very sweet. It's very desserty, which I would think for those different finishes. Let's see. Man, the apple in this is just amazing. It's so like clear to me. Just apple pie, cinnamon, some dark fruit too, obviously. I think I'm picking up the port. Might be like a hint of a raisin. It smells really good. All right, let's taste it. Here we go. Okay. Oh, still going. Probably the best thing I've had tonight. That's really good. I dig it. I mean, look, whatever you want to say about the bullshit of the finishing process, whatever the hell they use, that's a damn nice whiskey. I mean, I still get I'm getting apple, maple, sugary sweet, a little bit of raisin. There's some dark fruit there too. Brown sugar. I feel like the oak comes through for being 12 years. It's got some layers to it. I'm digging this. Um Nice little finish to it. Lots of cinnamon, baking spice in the back end. It's pretty layered. It's pretty layered, which I dig. Always looking for layers. Love the spice. Has to have the finish for me, which I think it does. Um, how does it compare to Barrel Cigar Blend? We could do that. What time is it, by the way? Holy crap, it's almost 11? Shit. So that's the Starlight 10 year. Time's flying when you're having fun. This is good. It's like it's not quite Joseph Magnus cigar blend, but I feel like it's a nice it's like Joseph Magnus light in a way where it's got like these it goes it goes like blackberry raisin, but then there's like heavy apple baking spice, a little bit of age there. The oak is not as prevalent as I thought it would be. I think it really steers more towards these different. There's a grapiness to it as well, maybe coming through from the Moscatel. It's like this ever evolving whiskey. I'm digging this. This is cool. Um, Based on your seasoned palate, what bourbons would you compare JT Mellick to? JT Mellick, really? Wow, that rice whiskey. Actually reminds me a lot of the Knob Creek Blenders edition with that really sweet type of finish. That's really sweet type of profile to it. But if you're just talking about a standard bourbon, um, reminds me of like an amped up Michter's American whiskey. So the blue label Michter's that has like a super like a vanilla ice cream, vanilla heavy, almost toasted caramel type of note to it. I feel like you get that in the JT Mellick, but completely amped up. So I feel like if like I've been craving for a Michter's American at cast strength, I feel like the closest I've tasted is the JT Mellick at cast strength, which is pretty cool. If the juice was good, it would be presented out of the virgin oak 9 times out of 10. This is dumping ground for off runs, says William Bedard. You know, I, that's hard not to argue against. Could be. You know, the more you sip it, it does start to get a little soft, which isn't bad. But I think that's what Blade and Bow goes for. I don't feel like, I mean, Blade and Bow has never been known to come out with like hazmat or anything like really in your face. This is right in their wheelhouse. This is very, very fruit forward, very dark fruit, very rich, decadent, sweet, has these different layers to it that I think a lot of people will like. The main flavors for me are caramel apple, cinnamon, raisin, a little bit of dark fruit there, brown sugar, and a nice little 12-year oak profile at the very end. But it does drink very sweet. It does drink lighter than I would, you know, it doesn't give me like the heft and the brute force that a Joseph Magnus cigar blend does, but this is also not $200 like a Joseph Magnus cigar blend. So this is kind of like Joseph Magnus Light in a way, if that makes sense. I just, it's a great value, but I just don't think there's enough there to be like, wow, like, I don't know. If you like Joseph Magnus cigar blend, you like those different types of flavors, I think you'll like this, especially for the price. If this is sitting everywhere, you guys like those types of cigar blend flavors, definitely red fruit, grape, some of those flavors that come out in this, you're going to really, really enjoy this for the price point. I don't see why anybody would really dislike this. There's no off flavors. There's no weird, I don't know. There's no weird finishes. The finishes are done very beautifully here. It doesn't seem to outweigh one another. All the 4 different finishes. It doesn't seem to come off as bitter. Doesn't seem to come off as over finished. I feel like it's done very well. It's nice. Yeah. Joseph Magnus cigar blend, way more punch, Nathan. Could not agree with you more. Yeah, apple, pear, cinnamon. Yeah, apple, pear, cinnamon, and what did I say before? Right in the middle there, in the mid palate. Grape. Get a grapiness there too. The master compared to, yeah, I'll grab that cigar blend. I don't mind going a little overtime here, guys. The marketing is cringe, but I've never once tasted marketing. Would this compare to JD12? Similar proof? No, not even. Not even the same realm as. I think JD. I'm not saying like some people may like this over JD12 or vice versa, but they're completely different whiskeys. Barrel. Where art thou? Feel like it was here. Where'd it go? Shit. Did I? Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Got it right here. Make it appear out of thin air. Okay. Barrel cigar blend. Wow. Okay. So this is 111.2 proof. 111.2. Let's do a quick compare here. Which one do I like more? Oh, I think I like the nose on the barrel better. Oh shit. I'm telling you, man, this barrel cigar blend. I do think the Blade and Bow has a little bit more sweetness though, but the barrel carries a little bit more oak. Beach Sand Bourbon coming in, guys. Check them out. Great channel. Thanks for chiming in tonight. Thanks for the super chat. What's the price? The barrel, I think, is what, $89.99? So, Jason, weren't you a DJ magician at some point? No, I was never a magician, Travis. I was a DJ. I used to DJ like bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs and proms and weddings and all that shit. I was the guy on the microphone. Mainly, I would DJ. I would DJ smaller parties. I wasn't as good as a DJ as I was an MC. I was a really good MC. Pat myself on the back. Listen, guys, I was requested for weddings. Can Jason MC my wedding? That's how good I was. And I'm like, but I did. I had like an MC voice for doing the weddings. So I would have like, I would like bring it down a little bit. I'd have a little bit of I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do my DJ MC voice. The biggest difference here is oak. The barrel cigar blend has way more oak. The Blade and Bow is just smooth sailing, dark fruit, stone fruit, apple, pear, grape for days. but I think the barrel has more oak, gives it a little bit more lift, especially on the back end, a little bit more balanced. I think I still like the barrel craft over the blade and bow, but this blade and bow is super, super crushable. It's good. People will like it. If you don't want to spend $200 on a Magnus, you can get either one of these. If you like a little bit more oak in your whiskey, go with the barrel. If you just want sweetness, go with the blade and bow. But even at the price points for both of these, I think they're worth a pickup, especially if you like finished whiskeys. So yeah. Jason would DJ as Kermit. Yeah, no. I would do Kermit like because there was a studio with the entertainment company I work for, and we would do like kids' birthday parties on the weekends. And we would do like, you know, my boss, he was like really good at doing like Barney and a couple of other like popular voices. I would do Kermit, a couple of others. It was pretty funny. So, but yeah, my MC voice at weddings was a little bit different. All right, I'm gonna pull 2 glasses here as we get close to finishing out the night. I have to try this Starlight. This has been one I've been waiting to try. I've been a little bit apprehensive for, you know, picking this bottle up, especially the fact that it's $250 for this. It does come in a box, but let's give this one a try. Jay, can you tell me some of your magic tricks you did? Yeah, here's one of them. He said, "Did you do this and this?" And go, "Oh, okay, there you go, kids." That was my number 1 magic trick. That's all I had. Oh, okay. Check this out, guys. Starlight, age 10 years. Bourbon. Now, this is the 2026 edition. So they have obviously a good amount of this stuff laying around up there. I think the first one was last year, correct? I think so. Yeah, I never did magic tricks. Stop putting that out there in the universe. I never did magic tricks. All right, I'm going to grab the Peerless 10-year too. I'm going to get this poured. As we found out, the last 2 times I've included Peerless 10-year in a blind tasting, it does not do well for whatever reason, for me personally. Do not know why, but that is why. He made bourbon disappear. Yeah, I was I even drinking? Yeah, I was drinking bourbon back then. I was just like getting into Wild Turkey when I was doing the DJing. All right, let's start with the Starlight first here, guys. Before we call it a night, let's go into this here. So Starlight's Distillery's first double-digit aged bourbon is. Let's see here. No, I want the press release, not the tasting notes. Sorry. Here we go. A once-in-a-decade expression that captures the soul of Southern Indiana's farming heritage and the relentless pursuit of craft distilling from the heart of Huber's Orchard and Winery, where 7 generations of farming traditions run deep. This bourbon begins its journey with a large portion of estate-grown grains, meticulously harvested, milled, and sweet mash fermented before being double pot distilled on our 500-gallon copper pot still. Aged for a full decade in Seguin Moreau barrels, sourced from their world-renowned Napa Valley cooperage, this bourbon was matured in Warehouse 2, West Side, the warmest pocket of the distillery's rickhouses. This environment pushes flavors to the edge, intensifying the bourbon's body, aromatic depth, and complexity. So this was available starting last year. $250 for this bottle. That's what I paid retail. But yeah, pricey. And the Peerless was what, 225? So these guys coming to the market high. But we're gonna put the Peerless aside right now. I want to just focus on the Starlight for now. So let's get into this thing and let's see what we got here. Want to make sure. Yep, $250. Proof on this one. This is 114.2, which is lower than last year's, which I believe was 120.3. So 6-point dip in proof. But let's get into this. Let's see how we go here with the Starlight. So Starlight is an interesting distillery. I feel like Starlight has never really been beyond taking their 5-6-year-old whiskey and throwing it in a bunch of random finishes. I've always wanted to know what it tastes like older. This is the chance to do it. So let's see what we got. Okay. My thing with Starlight is there going to be a craftiness to this? Starlight generally does have a craftiness, especially that's why I always feel like they throw it in the finishes to kind of hide that a little bit. Sometimes it really works, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends. Nose is pretty damn good. A little bit of leather, brown sugar, definitely some vanilla extract here. A little bit bready. I feel like I'm getting the little bit yeasty. Maybe yeasty is the word. It's like a breadiness to it. But there is a nice like um dark berry note to this, which I kind of dig. I love dark berries in whiskey. I That's something I shoot for in my blends. Like you could pull a dark berry note out of it, raspberry, something like that. I think it just makes it all that much better. And I feel like there is one here with the Starlight. All right, I like the nose. Let's see if it tastes as good as it smells. Cheers, guys. It is Starlighty. There's that Starlight flavor profile. So this actually does give me a little raspberry, a little bit of raspberry note, which I definitely dig. Um, some spice that's working its way back. Baking spices for days. I mean, probably a little bit of clove, maybe some cinnamon there too, maybe some nutmeg. Kind of depends on your palate. Um, Trying to like negotiate, like, is that like a sweet tobacco? I'm not sure if it's there. I'm not sure if it's quite there yet. It's very fruitful. It's really fruit forward, which I really like. The hell was that? I dropped something. I don't know. It's very fruit forward, which I dig. This is nice for a 10 year. This is really good. So raspberry, plywood, and feed corn. No, I'm not getting any youthful characteristic in here, which is nice. Um, but it does give me like that finish that I usually get off of Starlight. So there is like that level of craftiness, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you're leaning into that, especially if you're a fan of Starlight. You kind of want that DNA in it. I think it's your whiskey. Starlight's been curating this and aging this for 10 years. I don't feel like they would want to lose that to a certain extent, but I do feel like there's layers of flavor here that definitely make this seem like a really good 10-year expression. The viscosity is great, even at 100 and what I say it was 116, 114 proof, 114.2 proof. It's got great viscosity, even though it's a little bit on the lower side. Um, like eating Bunnahabhain is so good. I wholeheartedly agree, William Bedard. Have a 9.5 year take pick from Starlight. It's delicious and under 100. One of my favorite sips all year is Starlight Barrel Pick from Whitty's, the Barrel Drip in New Jersey. It's an 8 year wheat whiskey, 80/20 wheat and malted barley. It's like a more of a Count Chocula. Yeah, some of those wheat whiskeys get very chocolatey. The 21 is what put me down the rabbit hole. Is it worth the price? Is it worth 250? I tell you what, man, this could go head to head with some heavy hitters. I'll say that. This is actually really nice. I'm really digging this right now. Great oak, great viscosity, good layers, the berry notes. If you have that in your whiskey at 10 years, you're doing something right. This is it's more it's definitely more layered than like an Eagle Rare 10. It's let's bring the Peerless in here. What say you, Peerless 10 year? So Peerless, man, coming off the Starlight, the Peerless actually has more. So the Peerless has cherry tobacco all day long. Cherry tobacco for days on the Peerless. But what the Peerless also has is like this fresh cut wood note to it. And I finally hit me what it was. after so many times trying to blind it, I'm like, it's fresh cut wood. That's what I get in the Peerless 10 year. It's a fresh sawn wood type of note that I get in the Peerless 10 year. That's the weird note that I am starting to pick up in Peerless. It is fresh cut wood. I don't think I get that in the Starlight. Yeah, the Starlight is all oak and blackberry and dark. Oh man, the nose for me goes to the Starlight. Yeah, Scotch prices in weird places. Oh, Aaron, better than Penelope Estate 10 year. Matt's Palace, I think so. I think this beats the Penelope. The Penelope to me was good, not great. The Starlight is bordering on great. Man, this is really interesting. This is the shit I like that I geek out over. It's kind of weird. What the hell's happening with the Peerless? Man, that cherry tobacco, a little bit of I think the Peerless is way more cherry tobacco heavy, which I love. That fresh cut wood note is still there. Brown sugar, dark vanilla, more cherry than anything. Whereas the Starlight, I think, goes into a different gear with the dark fruit. I think the Starlight goes into more blackberry versus cherry. Yeah, they're pretty close. You have blackberry vanilla baking spice versus cherry tobacco, a little bit of fresh cut wood, and also some baking spice here in the Peerless. So those are the two different. They're really close. They're similar in price points. I think I'm leaning towards the Starlight, to be honest. Just because I'm not getting that weird, like that fresh cut wood note in it at all. But I think the Seguin Moreau barrels, which is if you guys have had Seguin Moreau, if you've had the Joseph Magnus picks that have hit in the last year or so, Seguin Moreau does some special shit to whiskey. And I think going all in on that for 10 years really gave this some depth, some dark fruit, some different layers here that the Peerless. I mean, the Peerless, that cherry tobacco note on the Peerless is what wins it for me, though. I love that cherry tobacco note, but that Peerless is delicious. And the Peerless actually drinks a little bit lighter. I mean, obviously, you're talking about 114 proof here versus what's the Peerless? Oh, the Peerless is only 117, so they're not far off. This is really close. I would have to do this blind, but these are super close. Is it worth 250? I don't think it's 250 good. I wish this was more like a 150, 175. But again, guys, you have to always have to put into you have to factor in that the reason why the big distillers, the heritage distillers, can charge so little for high age whiskey is because they have those loss leaders. They have the shelfers that they sell for $20, $25, $30 that are everywhere. Global, Jim Beam White Label, Jack Daniel's Old Number 7, Heaven Hill, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. They have these whiskeys that they sell a shit ton of that they can afford to price their stuff cheaper. It's harder for the smaller distillers and NDPs to match that type of price point. It's one thing that everybody forgets and everybody complains about these high prices, especially with the maybe younger, newer distillers. But that's what it is, guys. It's the truth. It is what it is. So if you don't want to pay 200, 250 plus for a whiskey, then don't. But you can't expect distilleries like this to compete with these giant heritage distillers that have brands that make millions of dollars globally. It doesn't work that way. And I'm just tired of people complaining about the prices. I get it. Prices are high. Economy is what it is, but prices suck right now and they just seem to be kind of stagnant. Will it go down? We hope. But guys, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're curious enough to try certain distilleries at a certain age, then spend the money on it. I will tell you right now, I think the Peerless is really good. If you love Peerless, I think the Starlight is delicious. If you really like Starlight, I tend to lean towards the Starlight. Those Seguin Moreau barrels really did some wonders here. So, yeah, if you got the money, burn it. I'll drink Blender's Knob Creek. Yeah, there you go. I mean, no one's going to tell you what to spend your money on. But at the same time, people that don't want to, but people that like say, oh, Knob Creek could bring on a $50 Knob Creek blend because these smaller brands don't have a Jim Beam white label that they sell all over the universe. So you cannot expect them to bring stuff at a lower price. You got to remember, when they're aging stuff this high, yes, there's a premium on it. They spent money in those barrels. They have to make their money where they can, especially when you hit a milestone in age statement like you can. It's the way it goes. It sucks sometimes, but I just like the back and forth with pricing. When people compare a $250 10-year Starlight versus a 10-year Eagle Rare, okay, when is the last time you heard Starlight that are selling, regular Buffalo Trace globally for $40? They're not doing that. So they cannot fucking price shit at $50 like they can with Buffalo Trace. It's just one of those things that just drives me nuts. Like, people don't look at the actual factors. They just want to fucking complain. So just like I'm complaining tonight about Bullet 20 year being $1.9,000. Yeah. Fireball. Yeah. They selling Fireball out the ass. None of these brands have that shit. So they can't sell shit at $50 like everybody wants. Look, you want to call out like Four Roses and Wild Turkey and some other big distillers for selling shit for $500-$600 when you know they could probably sell it for cheaper. That's game on. Go for it. But you can't always throw a small distiller under the bus for pricing something at $200, $250 when they don't have the global footprint that some of the heritage distillers do. It's just, you have to think of it. You just have to think sometimes. It's fucking common sense. But, today we don't have a lot of common sense sometimes. It is what it is. Yeah, Sagamore 10 years, $80. But Sagamore also has a lot of smaller, I should say, whatchamacallit, lower price options where they could kind of subsidize that. They have an 80 proofer. They have lower price rye whiskeys that people use at bars. Starlight, you don't really see at bars. Peerless doesn't really have a low price bartender delight that a lot of the other ones do. So they're not going to have that global wherewithal to be able to price these at a cheaper, I don't know. Just think about it, guys. It's common sense. High West after Constellation. Yep. Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, as with everything else, there is price gouging. People do, that some distillers jack up prices just because they can, they want to do it. Buffalo Trace can probably sell Eagle Rare 25 for probably less than 1,000, or if not at 1,000, but you throw it in a fancy box and a glass blown Eagle and all this other shit, and then it's $5,000. So there's definitely times where you could throw even the heritage distillers under the bus for what they do. Cedar Ridge 10-year rye, $80. There you go. There's some distillers that could do it. Some distillers choose to do that. Some do not. But I'm just saying, not everyone can put a 10-year or a 12-year whiskey up on the shelf for $60. I think people just need to do the math and realize what's going on at certain distilleries before you freak out about price point. But overall, prices are high mostly for a lot of these because a lot of investment, a lot of time, the taxes you get put into that you have to pay in these barrels over time. It doesn't jive with the smaller distillers like it does with the big distillers. So there you go. And man, if I had to choose one of these, nose, I think goes to the Peerless for the cherry tobacco. Love it. Palate. They're really close. They're so close. It's really good. I'll say this. If you're a fan of Starlight overall, I think the 2026 is worth the pickup. But, obviously you have to be a passionate fan of Starlight. It's an investment, $250 for a bottle like this. This is actually cheaper, the Peerless 10-year. Not sure if this is sitting around anymore, but this was $225, I believe. Not much less cheaper, but still cheaper overall. But I think what we have here are two great expressions or two great releases from distillers that are actually coming to the forefront with really interesting whiskeys at high age. And I think eventually we'll see, maybe they can start competing with the lower prices. We can only hope. JWK is small. Yeah, NBC dropped a 19-year that was $600. So yeah, Steven, that's probably not only what they paid for the barrel, they probably paid a shit ton for that barrel. And then on top of that, whether or not they let it sit, age more, then you have rarity that gets coupled on top of that. Dude, it's marketing. It's marketing, pricing, what you bring the barrel in for and what you're willing to sell it at. What are your margins? The margins are so thin on whiskey these days. People are going to try to make money wherever they can. So I think that's it. I think I'm done tonight. I think I've ranted enough. I've gotten pissed enough at the bullet for $1.9 thousand. We went through a lot of bottles tonight. Blade and Bow, good. Love it. I think Barrel Cigar Bun's a little better. Heaven Hill Double Mash, good. Drink's a little too soft. I want more from it. Four Roses 100 proof. That could be a cocktail banger. Love that release. The Mizunara Four Roses. Nope. If you like drinking Lemon Pledge, go for it. This Starlight 10-year, very good expression. Is it overpriced? Yes, but I know the reasons why it's overpriced. So with that, guys, I will see you next week right here on the Mash and Drum. Absolutely love it. Love you guys for hanging out tonight. Thanks so much. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share with. What happens if I blend the Peerless with the Starlight? Let's add a little cherry tobacco to the Starlight. Holy shit, that's good. Dude. Holy crap, I got blueberry pie. Blueberry pie. Guys, if you have these two, blend them immediately. It's freaking fantastic. And with that, love you guys. See you next week right here in the Mash and Drum. Cheers, guys. After party for the patrons coming up next.